Okay, we're on the back side, and it's time to cut the siding to open up the rough opening before we hang that door. Not sure if this is going to work well or not, but this is my first idea. We have a new door. All right, time for dinner. Okay, so I got the rough opening cut, a hole in the wall, and the next step is going to be assembling and installing my door. There's my new opening out the back. The plan is to be able to pull in my duck boat behind my Ranger through that door, pull in here, disconnect, and then drive the Ranger out through that set of French doors. The boat won't fit through there, but the Ranger does. So that's the plan. Okay, I got the 4 sections installed. I got the vertical rails in and the upper rails kind of temporarily. I don't have any angle brackets to make my rail hangers out of, and it's 11:30 at night, so I guess that'll wait till tomorrow. I'll go to Lowe's and get some stuff and work on that the next day or so, and keep going. It's the door was bent. There was a couple pictures where the top section on that right side there was bent all cattywampus, and you could tell it was from being lifted by a forklift. There was a bend on the right side of center and the left side of center, and it's just too uniform to be anything else, since that was the piece that was on the bottom anyway of the carton. But the door's hanging. I don't have the cable system completely set up yet. I started putting the pulleys and that together, and just got them in there mounted, but the cables ran up and over it just for the sake of keeping it off the floor until the spring system gets put in after the hangers get put on. It's going to have a set of springs that go over the top of each rail instead of a header spring. I went the cheap route on this door, and I'm okay with that because I've got a couple of them header mounts that are giving me fits on the other end of this building. So these I guess are temperamental too, but they're a lot easier to fix. So anyway, I'll be back in another day and work on this, finishing this door up, but I'm liking it already. Here we are the next day. From the outside, the trim obviously isn't done or even started. Actually, I'm going to be replacing the siding. All this old vinyl stuff is a hodgepodge of leftovers from jobs, and anyway, this vinyl siding's going away. I'm going to put metal siding on it. But anyway, the door's in and closes off the weather, so that's what I needed for the most part. The siding job will probably be in the spring, so just wanted to get a quick look at it from the back side in the daylight now before I go to work. Okay, it's the final install is complete, and we'll see if it works. Need to clean that up a little bit. Nice. Okay, as you can see, the tracks are installed. It's got the cheap springs. It's not a header spring, it's dual springs on the rails, and I'm okay with that. This door isn't going to get used a whole lot, but it sure is going to be handy to have. So the install is done on the inside. I've still got to put some seal trim on it and finish out my trim across the edges with some 1x material. So I'm getting ready to do that now. the second to last chapter. Got the casing trimmed out. Some J channel in there to keep any water off of the top of that, but it's treated, so it'll be all right. Springtime, we're tearing off the siding and all the windows come out and replace, and so I kind of pieced that J channel in there just to hold that siding for the winter. Scrap pieces. So anyway, the only thing left is to insulate the door. I've got panels that I bought for it. I just got to put them together. So other than that, I'm quite pleased with my $300 investment here. Okay, took the night off and I'm working on this project in the last phase. The garage door got installed today. The rails, everything's set and done. I started cutting insulation panels, foam panels, for insulation in the door. I bought the cheap door, $200 without insulation, and I think what I'm putting in is a better confined package for the insulation value. I don't know if it's closed cellar is a better R value or not, but that's what I'm putting in. So anyway, I'm doing 2 panels. I got 1 inch thick panels here, and it's 1.5 inch depth in here, but it's also contoured. It's got that stupid design panel pressed into it. So a 1.5 inch thick layer actually becomes very, very tight, and as you can see, I've got these upper panels already in and done, along with my new signs that I acquired. Those are on the inside in here. The outside of this door doesn't have any handles. If anybody's behind my shop trying to get in, it's double bar locked. There's nothing to lift from. They'd have to actually break out a window or something to get in. But once they're in and they see these signs, they better know that the motion sensor sets this off. I'll be out, and all they're going to hear is a loud bang. But anyway, here we go. I'm cutting more panels, and this is how I'm doing it. I've got the 1/2 inch thick foam panel on the table first. I'm using a piece of ripped plywood as my straight edge, and I'm going to cut that panel to fit the height of those door panels. And then I've got the measurements there for the length of each one, and they're different because one goes in behind that center stile. So I'll cut those and fit those in place, and then the bigger, the 1 inch pieces, it's a sandwich, basically a 1/2 inch and a 1 inch, to combine it for 1.5 inches, because I couldn't find 1.5 inch insulation. I could find 2 inch, but I didn't want 2 inch. That's probably too big, too much. So anyway, this is how I'm cutting the panels, and I'll try and set this up so that you can see. I just clamped on there and put a straight edge in it. This might work. Taking my trusty new insulation knife. It's a serrated on one edge for cutting bulk insulation, and then it's a knife blade on the other, and it works real good for this, just for scoring it. And that's all I do is run it by the straight edge about 3 passes, and I got a nice clean factory cut. Just becomes a piece of scrap there. Okay, and there's my finished product for the width. Now I've got to cut the length. And to do that, I've already got it pre-measured, 46 3/4. You just got to mark it and cut it. Okay, now there's that piece, and you may be wondering how is it that I am able to place these panels in up and under the lid. And what I do is I split them down the middle, put a bottom half in and a top half in. So what I'm going to do here, verify that my size is correct. Yep, we're good there on that one. So now I'll do a quick rip down that. And there's the first one in. Now I got to split the thicker, the 1 inch, gets split into 2 cuts. And I tuck one down in the bottom, I tuck one up in the top, and then I put the middle piece in. And it only tucks in under behind this end here, behind this edge style. And then I just put some metal insulation tape on it, and that's how it goes in. So I got a lot more to do, and I'm not going to finish any of them tonight. I'm just about done.